Before you search for the Environmental Legal Research course at Boston College Law School, there is more than one way to approach most legal research problems. Before you search, think about what you need to find and where that information is likely to be. It's important to choose the research platform that contains materials of the type and subject matter that will likely provide you with the information you seek. Many primary legal materials are available on free websites as well as on subscription databases, but many secondary sources are protected by copyright and may only be available on one publisher's platform. For example, Environmental Law by William H. Rogers is on Westlaw, while the Treatise on Environmental Law by Frank P. Grad is on LexisNexis. Additionally, some databases have date-limited content. For example, the Bloomberg BNA International Environment Reporter electronically has content back to February 7, 1996, which is Volume 19, Issue Number 3. So almost 20 years of articles are not available electronically and are only available in print. On many systems, you can run a global search without choosing which content to search, but a global search may not reach all the available content on that platform. For example, a global search on Westlaw does not search the types of information listed under specialty areas, which include dockets, directories, international materials, legislative history, litigation analytics, trial transcripts and oral arguments, and news. The Boston College Libraries catalog, available from the Law Library homepage, defaults to searching across books and articles and the University Library Research Guides. But if you know what you're looking for, and it's a book, you can choose to search just the library catalog by choosing books. Or you could search for just articles, although not every journal article we have access to will be found by this search engine. To see if the library subscribes to a particular journal, you can search here under Journals, or run a search in Books and filter by material type Journal. Or you can choose to search through our collection of law library research guides to get suggestions on what to look for and where to find it. Once you've decided what to look for and where to look for it, you may also have options about how to search for it. Lexis, Westlaw, and Bloomberg Law offer more than one type of search engine. Plain language, sometimes called natural language, search engines do not require any special understanding of search logic. Boolean search engines, often called terms and connector searching, give the searcher greater control over what the search engine will retrieve. Lexis and Westlaw also offer conversational search engines that employ generative AI. Each platform will have search help or search tips that explain the options available on that platform, since each search system has its own syntax and conventions. For example, a space between words in a terms and connectors search on Westlaw is treated as an OR connector. And terms must be enclosed in quotation marks if you want the words treated as a phrase in a terms and connectors search. On Bloomberg Law, spaces between words in terms and connectors searches are treated as if the AND connector were between them. Lexis will treat adjacent words in a terms and connectors search as a phrase, but if you put quotation marks around the phrase, it will override the automatic plural function in both terms and connectors and natural language searching. Especially when you are using a system you aren't very familiar with, it can be very helpful to check system help screens to see how that system processes your search. And even though modern relevancy ranking does a pretty good job ordering results, don't expect them to be calibrated to the specific research task you are doing at the moment. Be sure to look at a number of your search results, not just the top hit, and look at them critically. You may find it useful to reorder your results if the search engine provides that capability. Sometimes you can get better results by running a more precise search on the front end. An unrestricted catalog for the Boston College Law Review in the BC Library Catalog All retrieved over 11,000 results. Limiting the search to books, the actual library catalog, brought the results down to 54. Limiting the search to words in titles brought the results down to 14. Requiring the words Boston College Law Review to be an exact phrase brought the results down to 6. And requiring that exact phrase to be in the title brought it down to 5 results. A search in the library catalog for title starts with Boston College Law Review, brought the results down to 2, the catalog entry for the Boston College Law Review, and the one for the BC Law Review e-supplement. Some types of limitations, like restricting your search to journals, are just as easily made as a refinement after the search as through a pre-search selection. But some systems will provide you with more search options if you make restrictions before you search. For example, an advanced cases search on Lexis Plus provides options to restrict search terms by a number of document segments that are not available in a general search of the entire system. An especially useful case segment on Lexis Plus is disposition, which lets you limit your results to cases that were reversed on appeal, instead of retrieving every case that uses the word reversed. Similarly, a Lexis Plus Advanced Code Search in the unannotated segment requires the search terms to be in the text of the statute itself. An unrestricted search retrieves code sections where the search terms are in the case notes and not the text of the case itself. Sometimes the best way to search isn't to search at all, but to browse. This is an excerpt of the table of contents of Title 16 of the U.S. Code, Conservation, from the website of the Office of the Law Revision Council, the people who actually compile the U.S. Code. Their website has a search engine, but sometimes it's just easier to find the sections you need scanning the table of contents. Many online treatises, like Brownfield's Law and Practice on Lexis, have browsable and searchable tables of contents that may help you find what you are looking for faster and more efficiently than using a full-text search. Sometimes it may make more sense to browse an index than to run a word search. This is the USCA index on Westlaw. You can search it as well as browse it. Often indexes provide superior access to information because indexes involve the intercession of human intelligence to help the researcher. Once you've decided what to look for, where to look for it, and how to look for it, you can start to think of words to look up in an index or to use in a full-text search. Start broadly with key concepts and terms. Cast a wide net to see what you retrieve, and then begin to eliminate documents that are outside your scope. In class exercises, I will sometimes have you locate a particular known document to help you learn about how a search engine operates, but in real research, don't expect to find a single case that exactly matches your fact pattern, or a secondary source that will teach you all you need to know about a particular subject. Don't expect a single statutory section to completely answer your problem. Analyze your issues and look for sources that fit with one or more aspect of the particulars of your situation. The key is to think critically about your problem, choose appropriate resources to research the issue, and then be a critical consumer of whatever sources you choose to use. The best tactic is often to combine a variety of methods with a variety of resources to minimize the chance that you will miss something important and maximize your research results. After all, it isn't called one search, it's called research.